Welcome to Jurassic Park, everyone.
You're not kidding. Good morning, everybody. We are crossing something off on my bucket list today, and you've never been there either.
No.
We're going to Penn's Cave, which is out here pretty much right next to Penn State in Pennsylvania. And I'm really excited. They have a cave that you go on a boat through. They have a wildlife park. They have like a wildlife adventure sort of thing that you can go on, and also a corn maze. So I'm really excited for that. Above all, like, forget the cave, just the corn maze. Can't find corn mazes anywhere in Pennsylvania. So I'm really excited. It's something that I've wanted to do, but I never wanted to do by myself. So thankfully, I don't have to now, and we can go and see it together, and it's a little bit of a day trip. So it was about a 2.5 hour drive out here. Wasn't too bad. And I got like the whole setup of all 4 things, and they have it in like a nice little package that you can get. Still expensive, about probably closer to $50 a person, but that's okay because it's something that I think is going to be incredible and unique. And in Pennsylvania, this is the only cave that I'm aware of that you can ride through on a boat. So I'm really excited to do that. Are you excited for anything?
I'm honestly excited for all of it because, like, I know what it is and, like, I've heard about it, but I don't know that I've ever actually, like, went on and looked at any of it, so I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I'm interested to see what animals we see. I hope it's some pretty cool animals.
Yeah, I honestly have no clue what to expect.
On the wildlife tour, they showed a picture of a mountain lion, and if we don't see a mountain lion, like,
we want a refund.
I'm going into Penn State and grabbing the statue. So I haven't been in this area for about 20 years, probably since I was 13 or 14. So I'm happy. On the way here, I was pointing out all the different things we used to see, because we used to come up to Penn State all the freaking time. And I'm very, very excited to see how amazing Penn's Cave is. I'm going to probably say pretty amazing.
I think it will be.
All right, and we're going to be there in about 2 minutes, bruh.
It's 3.
All right, so we're broken up now. But that actually looks like where the preserve is. The preserve. That's where all the jam is kept. They have all the preserves there, dude. Bruh. Yeah, we did miss the first turn, and, you know, maybe we'll miss the second. Who knows? Dude, this is crazy.
It's so cool.
It's a dark wildlife tour. Oh, and here we are. Look at that. You said this was not what you were expecting?
No.
I knew it was like a farmhouse. Well, usually when they find caves, it's usually on somebody's property, and then they, like, profit off of it in different ways. I like that this one actually does something different than other caves do, though. Like, they actually have a way of transporting through the cave.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to nickel and dime you for every cent that you have.
Yeah, no, it's so beautiful. It's just not what I expected it to look
Yeah.
like when we pulled up.
Ooh, visitor center, ticket and tours, and the gift shop. Crazy. There it is, visitor center.
So fun.
Ooh, look, men's room. Oh, you gotta pee. Wow, what a shock.
Did a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
Whatever.
We'll just miss the tour, don't worry about it. Here's the visitor center. Sweetie, watch out.
What?
Stalkers. Because it's hay stock?
I got it.
Bruh.
I got it.
Look at that, a fun little area for pictures.
So cute.
And they have one of those mining things over here.
I love those.
No climbing or sluice. Oh, on sluice. I thought it said or sluice. That's a sluice. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, the name's right there.
Well,
That's the first time I've heard it.
Now that I see it, I understand, but I've never...
Nah,
I've not
you've never heard it before? Oh my gosh, look at the little ponies.
They're really cute.
Are those My Little Ponies? Bruh.
It kind of looks like it.
They might be. Oh, look at that cardinal. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's spookified now.
What do you mean?
Well, we're here around Halloween, and there's all these skeletons.
I don't know.
Bruh. I can see the white of his eyes. Bruh. Yo, this place is crazy. They even have a cafe over there. Oh my gosh. Molly found the train. That's crazy. So we got all of our tickets, which were actually pretty easily accessible, and they said we had enough time for the Miners Maze. So I think we're going to do that first. Wow, look at this. Crazy.
It says time to beat 7 minutes.
Bruh. All right, we're going to take 8 minutes. I'm calling it right now.
Bruh.
We're not going to do it. Come on. Directions? It's not our...
Yeah, no, I'm
Sure.
directions. You're right.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Alright, so inside the maze there's 4 letters as you can see on the card. There should be a hole punch at each letter, so just punch the letter you find. Don't run through the maze or crawl under the walls. If you guys do it in 7 minutes or less, you get a prize.
Okay.
Whenever you're
Sick.
ready, you can just stick your card in there.
All right.
Just put them, both of them?
No, one at a time, just like other way.
Oh, other way.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Look at that. You're doing it.
I'm doing
Yep,
it.
you're good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, you go first.
Bruh. All right. We're in this maze now. All right. Do you think we can do it?
I don't know.
I'm just going to keep going right. Bruh. We're lost. Wait, there's no way. Wait.
Not already.
Sorry, dude. I didn't realize we were gonna do it that quick. I just went right and we immediately got out.
Wait, did you find all the letters?
No, I didn't find
you
any
gotta
letters.
find
I know.
all the letters.
Bruh. I cannot with you.
Well, I'm just trying to get out, dude.
I kept going that way. I'm like, why is he going?
I know.
Where's the fun?
We'll get out. Don't worry about it.
I cannot with you.
Bruh. Could you imagine I got all the letters too?
Right?
What is this?
I don't know.
Exit only. Bruh. This is dangerous.
We're not so good at this.
Get lost. That's what it
Hey
says.
now.
It's what it says. Get lost.
Rude.
Bruh. There's jail bars. I don't know. This is... Brother.
Where'd you go?
You left me. That's where I went. Don't. Bruh, another exit.
We are winning at life.
Yeah, we're gonna miss the cave tour. In my defense, she said we had enough time.
She did.
She straight up said, "You guys actually have enough time to do this." D. There it is.
Well, that's the last one, so we're definitely going out of order.
Boom.
I'm like, you gotta do both of them. Don't leave me out.
Boom.
Great job.
Missed it.
That's so fine.
All right. So they said no going under. Can you like backflip over everything?
I would love to see you try.
All right. That seemed unnecessary to call me out like that. Oh, damn. There's the O. See it?
I did.
Bruh.
We'll get there, man.
I don't know. You know? It's one of those ways. Okay, that's a dead end.
So good.
Bruh. You lead.
No!
Yes.
I'm not so stupid. You know what you're talking to? The directional challenge.
I left her. She's not gonna know.
Where'd you go? I'm on the
Yo, look.
Guess who has the card?
Well, you can just hand them to me.
No, I won't.
Bruh.
I won't.
Come on, please.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Left me.
This is rude. This is straight rude.
You left me.
He left me. Okay, nope, stop. Go back. Go to your right.
I feel like this is cheating.
It's not cheating. Oh, perfect. Left. Nope. That was not left.
That was left.
Go back. Yes. Left. Next left. Straight.
Bruh.
right, left. She found it all on her own. You could have just handed me the papers. You didn't need to do all this.
No. You abandoned me.
I didn't abandon you. That's a lie.
Hole punch.
Is there not a hole punch here?
No.
Oh, bruh. Is that a Fako?
No, it's just gone.
Bruh.
All that work for nothing.
All right, well, we'll just have to tell him. It's probably a intentional trap, so we can't win.
Or we still have to be... Do we have to be in the thing 20 minutes earlier, or do we just have to get our...
We just had to get our tickets 20 minutes.
You good?
Okay. We did not go this way yet. Could be a reason for that. Oh!
Great job, babe.
All right, we've got to find the G. I'm right here.
No, I saw the G. There was no punch on it, though.
Where was the G?
It was up on the steps that I went up.
Oh. So we found both of them?
I swear it was up on the steps that I went up. How did I get over there?
Yours was right there.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
So we found the G and the O.
I'm almost positive it was up there.
Bruh. This is heresy.
Where are you?
Right here.
Come on.
We got him. I don't think it's been 7 minutes.
I feel like it has.
And I think it's been like 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Confident over here.
Listen, I'm pretty sure this is the exit. I found it once. Why can't I find it again? Oh, that's right. Speed run. We were at 9 minutes. We're terrible. The worst around.
If I didn't have to go back to see if there's a whole bunch at the G, we might have made it.
Sure. It took you a whole 2 minutes to get over there. That's right.
Maybe.
So yeah, we're gonna be headed in a second because it's 11:45. Oh, I can't wait! Can't wait for the cave. I wonder how many people are on our boat.
I don't know.
What if they look at me and they go, "You're too big. The boat's gonna capsize."
Stop.
Would you go on without me at
Stop.
least?
No.
I would want you to go on with the camera.
No.
I'll get a refund, but like you go on with the camera for sure.
That would not.
It's on my bucket list.
But if I do it, you still haven't crossed it off your bucket list.
Well, what? I have to lose 1,000 pounds in order to go on this boat? Maybe you build a stronger boat. How about that? By the way, Penn's Cave hasn't done anything wrong at this point.
I think you're so fine.
No.
You're so
There's going to be a weight limit. 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh. But I ain't going on
A
there.
squirrel. A squirrel can get on. All right, so we're going to go over there now. It's a crystal tree, sweetie.
That's cool.
Think it's a real bear?
No.
Bro, do not touch, mount. Or who mounts the bear? Oh, don't mount the cabinets. I'm utterly exhausted.
Mama would like that.
Bruh, jeez. There's a ton of merchandise here. Ooh, look at the antlers. All.
They were behind the
Ooh,
sign.
bison crossing, bear crossing. Do they have squirrel crossing? If they do, I'm getting it. They're only $20 too. Bison. It's always about bison, dude. They must have turkeys. Ooh, bats. Yeah, I heard there are bats in the cave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you excited?
Yeah.
My grandmother hates bats.
Really?
Mhm.
Why?
She had a bat that showed up in her room the one day, and she put it into a comforter and then threw it into the dryer, and it killed it.
Good for her. That's so
Can't
funny.
keep a good woman down, right?
That's hysterical.
Ticket required beyond this point. Okay, so we have our ticket, so we're good. Customers with tickets.
Wait, look at this.
What?
Look how big it is.
It is. It's a rhino.
It's an owl.
Nah. Oh my gosh, a body. Crazy. Oh look, there's the buses that we're going to be on later. What is a cave? If you want to pause the video and read that, you can. I'm not looking at it. I know. I know how caves work. Although if it says millions of years ago, it ain't. You know, that's just my opinion, buddy. All right, our first adventure. Before we get to the cave, it was a 300-foot drop. I thought it was gonna be a drop down, but it's just like a stroll. Well, if you threw a basketball down here, it would go pretty quick. Yeah. If I told you to roll down this entire hill, would you?
What do I get out of the deal? If we were alone,
My undying love.
If we were alone, I might think about it. Other people around now.
Whoa, what is this? They have it closed off. It looks like it used to be like a enclosure.
Oh, that's cool.
An old enclosure.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I like old enclosures like that. They remind me of Knoebels.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh. The Hershey Park one, what is it? Zoo America.
Oh.
That's one of the reasons I really love it.
That is really cool.
Yeah, right?
It's so old and like all the leaves on the path.
Yeah. Oh, it almost looks like it was a cave back there. It used to be a cave. Ooh, the legend of Penn's Cave. Down, down, down. And you got a nice little bird over here. Wow. Look at this. That's crazy. Oh, I hear water.
It's so cool.
Bruh. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so dark.
It is so cool.
This is so freaking cool, isn't it?
It is.
This is like 10 out of 10 experience, in my opinion.
I agree.
Bro, we're about to be on one of those. These are nice boats, too.
Yeah.
They could hold me.
Yeah, you're so
Maybe.
You're so fine.
This is crazy. It's a little sketch.
It's so fine.
Please do remain seated throughout the tour. Now it's a balance. Standing up, swapping sides makes the boat rock, making others feel uncomfortable. Standing up while the boat's moving is a great way to find yourself in the water. As well, it happens but rarely. If anyone does happen to get seasick, please throw up overboard. You can help feed the fish. Please do not touch any walls or formations. The acids and oils of our skin actually stop formations from growing. It can also spread bacteria to where bats end up. That's what we care about more. Bats are already endangered throughout the country from diseases spread by people, no less. We don't want to make the ones that come here sick. But you can take as many photos or videos as you like. That's harmless. You certainly hold on to your phones. There's at least 31 cell phones still in the water. And other than that, we can get started. Now, the water that you see flowing throughout the cave, it actually starts to our left. Beneath the rock walls, the underground spring. And from that spring, over 11 million gallons worth of water flow every day. It's equivalent of 4 Olympic swimming pools per day flow through the cave on average. Now, we like to call a lot of our formations imagination formations. For instance, I like to say this one here looks like the wing of an eagle, and the one ahead of it, that's where you're going to find the eagle's talon. You're going to find thousands and thousands of formations down here in the cave. The 3 main types of formations, however, are going to be stalagmites, stalactites, and columns. There's a very easy way to remember which is which. Stalactites, these are the formations that hold tight to the ceilings. Stalagmites, those grow from the ground up, and they might reach the ceiling someday. Stalagmites and stalactites eventually grow together. That's when they form a column. Those ones are super easy to remember. It's simply what you call them. Well, I hope somebody likes dad jokes. It's part of the job description. On the left here, this is the largest stalagmite of our cave. It's 13.5 feet tall. We call it the Statue of Liberty. It's actually leaning like that because it grew so large at some point its base began to crack and shift under its own weight before starting to grow straight again some thousands of years ago. And now, I'd like to welcome all of you here to Penn's Cave.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit better, isn't it? The gray rock making the walls of the cave is limestone. It's water soluble, so over time the water from our spring and acid rain is able to dissolve and erode the cave. The formations are made up of everything in the limestone. The white formation is calcium or calcite. The composition of the white formations is actually quite close to our bones and teeth. Now the red, oranges, and yellows in the cave, that comes from iron oxide or natural rock. But you will also find a green color in various spots in the cave. There's actually just moss and algae that started to grow from the artificial lighting we had. One of the reasons why we do try to keep the lights off as much as possible, limiting that from growing too much, keeping the lights off in the cave. That also doesn't exactly hurt our electric bill. Out west in Colorado, there's a place known for its rock formations called the Garden of God. Now out there it's quite large, but down here in our cave, there's a much, much smaller but very similar style of formations here. So over time, this has been nicknamed Penn State's tiny Garden of the Gods. Stalagmites along the rock face here, almost like a city on a mountainside. And I should mention as well, I'm sure at least one person on our boat's going to be worried about falling in the water. But actually, we've been giving tours here for now 140 years, and we have yet to have a single visitor accidentally fall in. Now, some of our tour guides have certainly fallen in over the years. But some people have been pushed in by their family members, so please refrain from doing that. I do know it's very tempting. But something for maybe the younger siblings, so the husband's not to worry about for getting pushed in. The water's actually pretty shallow for the most part. Now there are some deep spots, like at the dock where we came in at. It's about 16 feet deep. The average throughout the cave is only about 2 to 5 feet. So for most of the cave, if one of your loved ones does happen to push you in, please stand up. The water's relatively clear today. The less rain we have, the clearer it gets. I'm going to shine my light down both sides of the boat. You should see it to the bottom. Now again, I'm going to shine it down both sides, so please do not stand up and do not lean over to the other side. That's just going to rock our boat a lot. But you'll see it's a shallow, sandy bottom for most of the cave.
Oh, wow.
Anything which, again, I'll shine down both sides. But anything that gets eroded from the sand or the walls that makes the sand bottom of the cave down. Very, very shallow. That's one of the more shallow spots we have. Now there are side passages to the cave as well. They total to about 1,000 feet or so, but they're quite tight, so we're not going to go down those. Rounding the corner here, getting close to the walls again. Do remember to keep your hands inside the boat for the rest of the tour. I don't want to see anyone pinch their hands. It's not going to feel very good. And I know it's going to be tempting to touch parts of the cave at times, but I promise that anything down here, it really does just feel like a rock. It won't feel special. It is damaging, though. The main thing we care about the bats. Come wintertime, there's over 800 bats in this cave to hibernate, but a lot of tour caves these days don't get any due to human interaction, so we really want to keep ours safe. One small bat can eat over 1,000 mosquitoes a night.
So hungry.
Rounding the corner here, we're going to find this sparkling white color from calcium crystals. The drier it gets, the more it sparkles. When it's wet, it's just kind of like melted ice cream. Calcium crystals. As well, this entire side of what we call the Garden of the Gods, you'll find to be a wonderful spot to use your imagination. Let's say it's rocks almost like little people all along a hillside. That's probably special. In the center, though, we do like to call this one our fisherman, where you'll find his hat, his long beard, and next to him a whole bucket of those trout we caught from our cave. There aren't even trout in the cave that are 2 feet long. Now, you look at them jump out of the water, sometimes after bugs, things like that. Most of the time you're splashing, it's just from our propeller. Going throughout the cave, like I said, great to use your imagination, but everyone's going to see something different. However, most of you should be able to see this golden, almost glitter inside a lot of our formations, on these ceilings in various spots in the cave. Now, this golden glitter, it's a metallic crystal called iron pyrite. You probably noticed fool's gold. You'll find lots of it in our cave. Now, sadly, there's not going to be a different crystal types in this part of Pennsylvania. We have mostly in this cave simply just the fool's gold calcium crystals. Well, we have most of lots of wonderful formations, this being another type of formation called flowstone. For anyone who plays Minecraft on the boat, we call it dripstone. Because what the dripstone looks like in real life, a lot more like frozen waterfalls. We have a lot of this in the cave as well. This is the early stages of flowstone, while it's still very clear. Next room in the cave we're going to enter, to where we'll turn on more lights. It's actually our largest room. We call it the dry room, so that half doesn't drip at all, like most of the cave, although the dripping is very slow today. going to speed up and slow down with rainfall. In order to get into the largest room of our cave, first we have to go through the narrowest part of the cave, which is here. Going through this, please do keep your hands in the boat. And do watch your head. Some people on the right side of the boat, this side, you might need to duck as you go down the rock. And on my side, you're fine. Now, if you do need to duck going by here, please do it one at a time. If you all duck at once, that makes our boat rock a lot, making others feel uncomfortable being so close to the walls. Now, if we bump the walls going through here or any other part of the tour, don't be alarmed. These boats here are very strong, made of metal, and they're custom built for the cave. They're just narrow enough to fit through here. So if you're thinking we should make our boats wider, we can't. We're going to find a purplish pink color of the rocks here, and that's our page from our boats. You do keep your hands inside the boat, don't put them over the edge. It's exactly where we're going to rub or bump. Just watch those heads and please do that. Okay.
Wow. Look how close. Bruh.
Again, please do not touch the cave. The first formation we'll find lit up on the right side of this one, we call this one Alra. On the center formation, like a lion, some people call it the Nittany lion. That's kind of Penn State close to here. Now we'll turn our boat sideways so everyone gets a better look at this side of the room. We can actually have 5 boats in the cave at once. Today we only have 3 cave guides. We're not going to get past it, so I'll turn us sideways. Make sure everyone gets a good look. On the far side of gorillas, Sphinx or Buddha, whatever your imagination makes of it. I see myself with this one, I see more of a sumerus. Also your jaw a lot with that being on its tail. Now this room in the cave here is the largest room, but also this is the first room of our cave which was discovered. The first written record of someone discovering the cave was by a man named James Martin in 1795. James, going on a walk outside, found a small entrance leading back to the far left corner of the room. Well, he explored this room further back on the right, actually, out of view, there's a flat area back there. Where originally, James Martin found a fire ring, being filled with soot and charcoal inside of it. Now, around that fire ring or fire pit, there was actually arrowheads and beads and a few other small artifacts, allowing us to determine once the Native Americans first used this cave. The cave will stay this temperature year-round, about 52 degrees. So most likely they came in during freezing winter months to warm up, essentially the same way as the bats do. The entrance that goes here, you can still find that today outside. It's separate from the dock entrance. Our dock entrance is natural, but originally was very overgrown by trees and brush, and it goes straight into the water. James Martin didn't know about it until he did more exploring. We don't know if the Native Americans did it. The entrance that goes here, you'll find that next to our parking lot today. In the parking lot where there's a soda machine, behind that a sinkhole with a tiny gated off entrance, going back to the far left corner. Now you can't look at that other entrance today if you wish. Admittedly, it is just kind of a hole in the ground. But the interesting part about it is, all of you driving in, you actually drove over top of our cave. All of you drove essentially directly above us now. Right about here, this is the road going in front of the visitor center. We're about 85 feet from the surface up above. The cave itself a large underground tunnel. Now, with that being said, some people might be worried about things falling, considering we are looking at a massive room of rubble. But promise, no need to be afraid. This type of rubble is called breakdown. Most of this fell about a week ago. It's all done by now. Good. About half you got. It did actually fall off the ceiling. Scientists say that was sometime during the last ice age, around 10,000 years ago. They say it's the last time something fell. At least since giving tours here, 140 years, we have yet to see something fall or shift. People have been in this cave during earthquakes. They said you couldn't even feel it. As well, between us and the surface up above, anywhere in the cave is going to be at least 20 to 25 feet of rock. So probably the only thing that you have to worry about today is plenty in those backyards. Taking us to look at the other side of this room. We're going to find these white icicle-like formations. These here are called soda straws. They're actually hollow on the inside like a straw. If you really wanted, you could drink through one. I think it'd be a bit chalk. The form as water drips through the center of the formation, depositing minerals along its rim. They look a lot like icicles, but they take a lot longer to form. Each one of these tiny formations takes about 200 to 300 years to grow a single inch. About 100 years per centimeter for something like this. And larger ones, about 300 to 500 years per inch or 200 years per centimeter. 1 year of growth on any formation in the cave is at most the thickness of a sheet of paper. These actually all growth rings like trees. You see minerals building up on your sinks at home, that's essentially the same way the formations grow, just over thousands of years. You go ahead and leave your sink drip for maybe 1,000 years, like in one of these little guys in a very, very high water. The next section of our tour, after we round the corner, we're just going to have the lights here on the boat for a little bit. And we'll get to another room where I'll turn on pretty colors for everyone. Before we do that, are there any questions about the cave so far? You guys are quite trusting for letting a stranger bring you underground. Rounding the corner here, we're also going to get close to this formation to check it out. So I know this one's especially tempting, but again, please do not touch it. This one here is called the Chimes. Got its nickname back in the 1800s. We used rowboats for the tours. One day, a tour guide coming by accidentally smacked his head on this formation.
Bruh.
To his surprise, he must have hit it pretty hard because it rang like a bell and echoed throughout the cave. Formation, not his head. But after that, anytime they would pass this on tours, they would ring it with wooden mallets to hear its sound echo throughout. They rang it for over 70 years, but you'll find that doing so slowly caused parts to crack, chip, and break off. You'll see this as we get close. They rang it from 1893 to 1969. But one day they struck it for the last time. It was the day the music died. The formation stopped ringing. They damaged it enough that we can no longer hear its sound, but it still does serve as a lovely formation. These days we try to interact with the cave as little as possible to protect it, but we can still get nice and close or intimate with various formations like this. Now this time of year, there's usually no bats in the cave. There was actually one on my earlier tour, so we might get to see a bat or two flying around here. There's some sort of predator animal, like an owl, that's bothering the local ones, so they're coming back a little early for better shelter. Usually bats start coming into the cave for the season starting around mid to late October into November. Come winter time, almost any formation you look at is going to have a little brown fur ball hiding inside. Some people think bats are frightening. They're nothing to be afraid of. U.S. bats are very small, Pennsylvania especially. We like to call them jokingly furry little chicken nuggets. That's really what they look like. The larger type of bat that comes here, its body is a little bit bigger than a McDonald's chicken nugget. The smaller bat that you see in the cave, its body is more about the size of that stuff. Very small. As we get beneath this crevice here on our right, we'll find it's inside the main shape of a heart. We call it the heart of Penn State. 2 years ago, there was actually a young man who came around the tour asking his tour guide to stop beneath this. And this is the place that young man proposed to his girlfriend. And thankfully, she said yes. That couple, they actually came back 3 months later and they had their wedding beneath this heart here above. They were cave explorers and they thought it was the perfect spot for their wedding. Believe it or not, there's been 5 weddings here in the cave over the years, all different parts, and lots of proposals too. That's for color sucking up air.
That was a bad, yeah.
On our left, we'll find a small white formation covered in more of those calcium crystals. Kids usually say, looks like a gummy bear. Gets to be coconut or pina colada flavor. The more white the formation is, the more calcium it has. Once it gets enough, then that's when it forms crystals like that. Now this part of the cave that we're getting beneath at the moment is actually the deepest section. We're beneath a hill. We're about 110 feet or 30 meters from the surface up above. You saw that hill across from the visitor center with the bison. That's what we're beneath right now. So 1,000, 2,000 pound bison are above us right now. Now I do promise that one of those bison are not going to fall down here. And the dripping which you may have felt on your face is also not from our bison, don't worry. It's only just rainwater. You'd like to say it's good luck when it lands on you. If it was from those bison, I don't think you'd be too lucky. Switching to my wider light here for a minute. Coming close to the ceilings, we're going to find lots of these chunks throughout the cave. You see a lot of them here. It does kind of look like cave poop. However, it's magnesium. Magnesium gets left behind as the walls erode.
Yeah, right in my eye.
It's also a flammable metal. People say that early tour guides would occasionally take some of these chunks off of the walls, helping to light the torches and lanterns that were first used on tours. 140 years ago, torches, lanterns, and rowboats is how it all began. A 140 years later, we will actually still find soot left behind from old torches on various formations going throughout the cave. The soot's kind of grown into the rock face in various spots, so you actually can't even wash it out for it. This ledge on our left is absolutely covered in soot, but originally this used to look just as white as these streaks down beneath it. It's actually calcium crystals. They used to call it the snowbank when it was bright white, but putting torches and lanterns up in that lip there slowly covered it entirely in soot, staining the entire thing. Originally called the snowbank a lot more times, now I hear storm cloud. Our kids love saying there's a turtle having a formation there. So now we're going to see a little something different down here. Okay, my favorites when kids call that one a burnt marshmallow. Coming up here on our left, we're going to find some more flowstone or dripstone. This one's similar in appearance to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. Water flowing over top of the rocks deposits minerals that takes its shape, giving us some sort of frozen waterfall effect. Here we have the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, and above it, this one's the New York side.
Huh.
Now, these will still gush with water when we have heavy rain for multiple days in a row. Some formations drip sooner than others. Like this one here will start dripping before these will. People usually say this one here, it's a dragon or dinosaur with a long tail, a large body, and small-headed neck. Dragon, dinosaur, your Loch Ness Monster out of them being one of its fins. And hungry kids like calling it a chicken drumstick. I think we can all get quite hungry underground at times. Cave scientists certainly do. Our name, this next formation must have been very hungry at the time. These streaks on the wall to our right, this is called cave bacon. That's its real name. Now, sadly, cave bacon does not taste very good, but it is full of calcium and it has zero cholesterol. So I'll bring this over to the walls to demonstrate something else. Cave bacon, or any formation which is thin enough, you actually find to be translucent.
Oh, wow.
Makes it look a bit more like bacon. Cave bacon's made as water flows down the walls in continuous lines over thousands of years. Those soda straws, the hollow ones, you get that when water drips directly straight down. For the most part, the formations are determined by the shape of the cave wherever it is. Any formation you find down here that's simply just dripping water, and over time to make some very wonderful creations. Right here we'll find a formation like a shark's fin.
Oh, wow.
And actually shark teeth after lunch. Don't worry, it's not blood, it's just rust. Lots of iron here, so when it rains, it bleeds rust. The more it rains, the more it bleeds. The reason it looks like blood or blood gets its color from the oxidation of iron that's in it. So our blood carries oxygen. Now, the more red a formation is in the cave, the more iron it has. More light, more calcium, and then you get everything in between. This next room here is going to have some massive formations, some of the largest of our cave. Very large flowstone formation here. And columns that go all throughout the room. The largest columns of our entire cave are these two. The larger one there being over 15 feet tall. In the center here we'll find two formations only about 6 inches apart. These two are still going to take about 3,000 years before they both touch. The cave itself is actually about 3 to 5 million years old. The cave spent most of its life full of water to the ceilings. It only started to drop about 200,000 years ago, and that's when formations could start to grow. Now, even when the tours began, water would only exit the cave through very narrow cracks on the walls of the room. During periods of heavy rain, this cave would flood quite often, and all the way to the ceilings. To stop this cave from flooding, in 1925, 40 years after the tours began, the brothers who owned it at the time used small explosives to expand one of the cracks. That's making this tunnel that's ahead of us now, letting the water flow through the cave a lot easier, stopping the cave from flooding for the most part. Now, outside the cave, where there was always just a stream before, those brothers also built a dam and a man-made lake, allowing us to better control the height of the water, so nowadays it's in about a foot and a half range on average. It still can't flood with enough rainfall. Last year in April, there was record flooding in this whole area. The water went 3 feet over top of the dock. We were closed for about a week and a half. Now, that dam not only allows us to better control the height of the water, they also use that dam to generate hydroelectricity for the original lights. Before I turn on the lights in this room, I will be turning off the lights of our boat to better how dark the cave actually is. I understand not everyone's going to like the dark, just going to be for a minute. Because we still do have light with that boat behind us. To the side, complete darkness.
Wow.
Can't see much at the moment, but if you look back to those columns and use your imagination, you might find a desert sunset. I have a few different pretty colors to go through. Feel free to take pictures. Photos do seem to come out better without flash goggles. And maybe like pink birds. Is that? Throw in some green and we get. Oh, rainbow.
Wow.
And lastly, we have daylight. Mostly to keep that rainbow on the background. While people are taking pictures and I can see everyone again, are there any questions about the cave? Both clear the pretty colors. The tunnel's not as narrow as the other part before. Do remember to watch your head. Please do keep your hands inside the boat. And again, please do not touch the cave. Usually in April of almost every year, there's actually a beaver or two that come into the cave. April's after their hibernation period, before their mating season. The season of snakes started by the last beaver. The guy that comes into the cave has been snoozed and sleep a little longer. There's been 6 different beavers over the last 11 years. Do watch your heads going through here. Keep your hands in the boat, and again, please do not touch the cave. But the tunnel here is the only altered part of the cave itself. Of course, with the lights and things like that, it's the only do not touch the cave. It was the only physical part of the cave that was changed.
Welcome to Jurassic Park, everyone.
You're not kidding.
Water from the cave and lake. This all flows out to Penn's Creek, hence the name Penn's Cave. It's the cave at the start of the creek.
Jeez.
Lots of wildlife out here. Ducks, geese, groundhogs, beavers, and muskrats surround the lake. Because of all the fish in the water as well, large birds like bald eagles and gray blue herons come out here to eat those fish. Now there's 2 bald eagles that live here most of the year. They've been out here for a while. Last year they actually had a kid that flew around for a while, juvenile bald eagle. They had another one this year that started flying around a few weeks ago. Bald eagles, they mate for life. They also don't get their white head feathers till they turn about 3 or so. Out here at the lake, you'll see the greenish color of the water, and the clearer it gets, the more blue it looks from all of its minerals. When it's crystal clear, it almost looks fake blue. You'll actually die. The minerals are part of the reason the fish are so large as well. Where this water ends up is one of the top 10 trout streams in the whole state, even globally ranked. Essentially, all the best trout streams throughout the world get fed by cave water, or at least limestone spring water. Going further out around the lake, and then the rest of our tour, we're going to be facing the other direction. We'll be facing that way for the rest of our tour here.
This is so cool. Look at the geese.
It looks like that's one of our elk out there. This pasture is where the deer and elk roam, part of the wildlife tour. Sometimes we get to see some of the lake. There's actually over 30 adult elk and 30 adult deer, plus a bunch that were born this year.
Wow.
That was the elk bugler.
Oh, there they
There's
are.
some of the females, males being protective of him. Yeah, he's pushing him away since we're coming up close.
That's crazy.
The elk are huge. The newborn elk, the smaller ones there, when they're like a month old or even less sometimes, they're the same size or larger than full-grown deer. So we do have deer. When you see the deer next to the elk, even our large bucks, they look more like dogs by comparison. Out straight ahead of the boat, that's the dam out there with that little gray building being the hydroelectric generator. Down past the dam, deep in the trees, is where the 2 bald eagles have their nest. There's a blind over here that was set by a photographer. It's set up at different parts of the year for photos of the various birds that come out here. Set up recently for those bald eagles. Any questions about the cave, lake, or our property? 200 years ago, this cave was a farm. It still is a farm today. We grow the food for the animals ourselves, except for some of the meat. Some bugling, except for some of our meat eaters. But we also use a portion of our cattle, the bison and longhorns for meat, making burgers and cheesesteaks in the cattle.
Wow, look at all the algae in there. Wish we saw a beaver.
That would have been so cool.
Right? He's just chilling in the cave. Like, what do you want? Aim for the geese. Aim for the geese. Bruh, I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like they're moving. Only one way to find out. Boom, boom. Look, he's swimming. See that? He's in the water. Wow, they all are there.
There's one of the other largest males. The two biggest males there, I think they're like 5 and 6 years old.
Oh my gosh. We're aiming right for him. Whoever survives gets to go back. That's what I say. It's a good plan.
I agree.
I need you to do your spider monkey thing and jump over there and push their boat.
I will.
I won't.
I will.
Our boat is so much cooler.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Going back towards the cave, you'll see just how deep beneath the surface we are, at least in that tunnel. It varies throughout the cave, but you'll notice it's essentially pure rock all the way above us. All those layers formed over different times of year. It's originally they were all flat with the earth. Tectonic activity shifted it to the angle you see it at now, though. Getting back into the tunnel and into the cave. Remember to watch those ends, grains inside the boat. And again, please do not touch the cave.
It was so hot. Now it's cold. I love it.
It's so cold.
It's not cold, dude. Nah, it's not cold at all. Bro.
On the right, you watch out for what we like to call a headache drop. Water level's a little low at the moment, so I guess it's not an issue. Depends on the height of the water and the current whether or not it's an issue.
Somebody turn on the lights.
Now that we don't have that other boat,
Bruh.
anyone has questions, now's the time to raise your hand.
Dude, they did because they can't see us.
I got it. Thank you.
I wonder what the fastest they've ever gone through the cave was.
I don't know.
100 miles an hour.
Totally. I believe that.
Speedboat.
Over on the right here, we're going to find these overhangs called canopies. They grew over sandbanks a long time ago. Much of that sand had washed away, and it left these formations to hang here. That's why they kind of look like they're going out sideways. These weigh thousands of pounds, or tons apiece. Each hung more than an elephant or a full bus. Tens of thousands of pounds. But the rock itself is quite strong and easily supports its weight. At least myself find impressive a rock dissolved entirely by water can be quite strong. Coming back into the lake, you would have seen all those layers of rock quite clearly. This is one harder, flat layer that got left behind, while everything else beneath it got eroded out. So this flat walls make up almost the entire stretch of what we call the hallway here. older ones. This one's remaining though. It's about 35,000 years old. We call it the chandelier. Now there would have been larger and older stalactites in the next room, the dry room, that did fall off about 10,000 years ago, that are beneath all that rubble now. Now there's lots of misconceptions you're going to hear about bats. Bats are harmless. Some people think they have diseases that make us sick. For the most part, it's the other way around. The main disease killing bats on the East Coast is called white nose syndrome, a type of fungal infection that's been spread around, sadly, most by people. We don't even notice the fungus, but we bring in areas
Think it was a bat.
cars, clothes, and shoes. It thrives in caves and is very deadly to bats. Once a disease gets indicated, it does not leave. So it ends up all the bats sadly going away. Not only do bats eat lots of bugs, they pollinate like bees do. You wouldn't really have coffee or chocolate for the most part without bats. And agave is exclusively pollinated by bats, so if any adult on board likes tequila, thank bats for that. What is this without them?
It's not right.
Tequila.
Going back through this narrow section here, once again, you keep your hands inside the boat. Do watch your heads, especially if you had a duck before. That rock hasn't gone anywhere. We are going to pivot off this rock corner to help us turn, so we're going to intentionally bump. So again, keep your hands inside the boat. And again, please do not touch the cage.
Get ready. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Bruh.
People often say this side, what we call the Garden of the Gods, coming from this direction, are the prettiest sights of our cave. Wonderful spot for taking photos or videos as we drive by. This room, because of its high arch ceilings and sharp formations, we got the cathedral or temple room. We also had weddings in this room as well. 3 weddings happened in this room over the years. Now you saw just how shallow that water is. Don't worry, anyone married in the cave, they did so on a boat. We don't want to see anyone standing in that water getting cold feet on their wedding. It's ridiculous. I would call that being married. Rocky starts with marriage. Fitting before a cathedral on the wall had of us a formation like angel wings on the wall. Over on the right, what was the Statue of Liberty before, from this direction, a bit more like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Formation here does have a very wide base, so it'll actually end up touching the ceilings long before it can fall over. One of the side passages is actually the hole behind this formation. It goes to a tight crawl that's about 100 feet long. Above where we are now, we're going to decently size the room that's in this area. I've not yet gotten to go back there yet myself. Other tour guides have over the years. Some have even gotten stuck. And these 2 stalactites here form what is sadly our last imagination formation. That of an elephant stepping out of the wall. Here you'll find its head, fluffy ear, and trunk, and front leg. Elephant. Head, ear, trunk, and leg. Elephant. Now he doesn't have a cold and a runny nose. It might drink one of a few of you. If he does, I promise it's not too bad. Just remain seated to his artfully dug upward forward to secure our boat once again, let you know when it's safe to exit. So you can open with your knees this time towards the dock. That gives me another path to secure the boat. You know, make sure you are going to leave with everything you've come on board with. Cell phones, wallets, purses, keys, children, backpacks, water bottles.
Molly's.
That's what I have to do.
Bruh. How rude. Hey, so we just had so much fun. We just got off the cave tour. Honestly, one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
Like, if I can only pick 10, that's probably going to be on it.
Yeah, it was
It
phenomenal.
was so cool.
It was super.
And when it comes to caves, this is the best cave in Pennsylvania. That's what I'm declaring right now. Indian Echo Caverns was like my new favorite. Crystal Cave I don't like at all, as a bunch of you know. It's in Kutztown. But like this is like well above and beyond.
Yeah.
Like
It was
they found the
amazing.
cave and then they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make it somewhat affordable, even with the high cost of everything else in the area. Like, I like it. And it's so fun. So it's 12:51. We have about an hour before our wildlife tour starts. And we're just going to see what trouble we can get into. Probably a lot. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention something. I got water right in my eye.
You did.
I hope it's good water. Like, I'm sure it was full of mineral.
It's so fine.
In a year, I don't have an eye. We're going to know why.
Well, the dude that was doing the tour, he was like, yeah, there's not a lot of dripping going on today. I was like, bro, I've been dripped on like 4
Oh, I
times.
got dripped on like 30
Same.
times.
At that point, it was like 4 or 5 times. I was like, all right.
Yeah, and then I got one directly in my eye as soon as he said that. And I was like, okay, so I'm going blind now. It was my left eye, so it's fine.
The drama.
It's not drama. It's actuality.
Drama.
This guy's not getting, water in his eye every day. Nobody goes eye first into this water. That's all I'm saying. Babe, look at the bear chair.
It's so cool.
I found a helmet for you. You can use that. Did you just say it was cold in here too? You need to be kicked out of the country. Nah, finished.
No.
For the 1 o'clock tavern tour. If you're having tickets for this tour, please proceed out the door, mark exit the tavern, and follow the path all the way down. Once again, this is the announcement for the 1 o'clock tavern tour. Thank you.
Now you know. All right, here's the cave menu. Bison burger with cheese.
That sounds amazing.
Longhorn burger, all beef hot dog with chili and cheese. Grilled chicken sandwich. They have a lot of stuff
We
here.
do.
Hershey ice cream hand dipped. Why'd they get Hershey out here, dude?
Oh, Hershey's Moose Tracks is delicious.
Yeah, but we're near, Penn State area.
Yeah.
Should be creamery up in here. Bruh. So we have a ton of choices for magnets. I'm not sure what I'm going to choose yet. Although I am looking sort of at this one. But I also like the blue of this one. And it shows the boat. Oh, look at that one.
Oh, that's great.
Does that move? Bruh. Oh my gosh, you're right. That might be the one. Bruh, okay, not that one. The one that you didn't snap in half like a twig. Dude, it's completely gone. That one might be it.
It's cool.
How much? You want to take a guess?
You
Take a guess.
You guess.
I'm going to guess 12.
It's only $6.99.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually a great price. That's a wonderful price. It's probably going to be that one. That one's really, really nice.
It is cool.
Darn.
I thought it was 2 of them.
No, you're wrong.
What?
Look at that. Video proof. Wrong.
I'm sorry, who found the really cool magnet that you like?
I don't know. The video footage was lost. It's crazy.
Rude.
She's getting us chili cheese fries right now. Looks good.
They look so good.
Maybe not the best, but it looks okay.
I mean, I've never had them, so.
Well, then let me see your first bite. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see.
Make sure you got some chili on there.
I'm getting there.
Bruh. That's how it goes when you're eating chili cheese fries. You're good.
Oh, they're good.
Bruh.
Yeah, they're good.
Look how cool this is. So the chili cheese fries were actually pretty good.
They're good. I like them.
I also found this, by the way, while we're waiting. It's a mountain tour in a Jeep. I'm actually curious how much it costs. We don't have service right now, so we'll have to scan this later and tell you how much it costs.
Okay.
It'll be on the screen right now, right next to Molly's face.
Happy crush a penny for you?
Bro.
Don't be shy.
Bro's crazy. Look at these awesome underwear, but $20 per pair is crazy. But feel how soft they are.
That's crazy.
Bare cheeks.
I mean-
look, that's funny. I didn't even read that until the lazy ass. That's funny. Wasn't me, bruh. Yeah, these seem really, really comfortable. What were you saying? Butt quack. Bruh. These are great. I might have to find these.
That's so funny.
What were you saying? Oh, bat pants. No, I don't like the feel of them, but they are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're kind of silky.
Yeah. A little too silky. Hey, did you see this house over here? It's the house that's outside.
Oh, that's cool.
I am elk. Bruh. Nice English. Look at that. That's so cool. Too bad they don't have monkey crossing. Does this not look like it's inside out?
I thought it earlier when we walked through.
I don't like it.
It looks like it's inside out.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And there's no words on the other side.
No. I thought it when we walked through earlier.
Nah.
I don't like it.
It's like ripped jeans, you know? Not for me.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She's gonna think about it, and I'm thinking about my magnet, but I'm pretty sure I know which one I'm gonna get. I'm just waiting until after the tour. Who knows? Maybe a wolf is gonna like bite me or something, and I won't want to remember this place. It could happen. Hey, do you want to see something really, really creepy?
What? The pumpkin.
Look at him, dude.
Yeah. Does he talk?
Sure hope not.
There's a speaker on the front.
Nah, sure hope not.
Did you see it?
No, I don't see it.
Right there.
No, that's not a
Go
speaker.
walk in front of it.
All right, nope. Well, all right, let's go out.
I'm telling you, that looks like it's.
Boom.
It feels amazing out here.
It doesn't. It
It's
feels
so-
terrible.
It's so cold.
No, it's terrible. The worst. Oh, there's our wildlife tour bus. So cool. It's gonna be wild and full of life. And a tour. Only at Penn's Cave. Primo seatage. Look at that, right behind the driver. Anything happens, we'll take over.
Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to Penn State and Wildlife Park. Let's take a ride on the wild side. Woohoo! Penn State sits on about 1,600 acres of land. 10 acres of that land is used for our visitor center, our barns, and some of the other surrounding buildings that you see here. Penn State also loans out some of its land to the Nittany Antique Machinery Show. This show happens twice a year, happens the weekend after Memorial Day and the weekend after Labor Day. I always highly encourage everybody to come and check it on out, as it is a very unique show and the biggest of its kind east of the Mississippi. Our first species we're going to see today is our most abundant species here at Penn State and Wildlife Park, and it's surrounding us at this very moment. It's grass. Look at all this beautiful grass. Anybody want to lay in the field all day and help me find shapes in the cloud? I see a grasshopper. I see a rabbit, a snail, an otter, a crab, a dragon. If anybody plays Pokemon, a Houndoom. And our first official animals coming up on your guys' left here. These are going to be our bison. There is a distinct difference between bison and buffalo. Bison's horns grow more out of the sides of their head and then grow upwards, while buffalo horns grow more out of the tops of their head and then grow downward. Bison also have a very distinct hump at the base of their neck. This is due to a fused vertebrae. This helps them plow through snow during the wintertime so they can get to their food source. A buffalo has a flat back like a cow does. Lastly is location. Bison are primarily found in North America and in Europe, while buffaloes are primarily found in Asia and Africa. As you folks can see here, these are a pretty good sized creature. Males get up about 2,000 pounds, females get up about 1,000, and their calves can be anywhere from 30 to 60 pounds at birth. Now, despite this massive size, these guys are really fast and agile. They can run at about 35 miles per hour. They can easily pivot on all four hooves, and they can get that entire body 1 foot off the ground. So, really impressive, slightly terrifying. Do not go and pet the fluffy cow. Now, there used to be about 50 to 60 million of these guys roaming around North America, but due to westward expansion and the railroad system being built, Native Americans being put onto reservations, and a bunch of other things that happened during this time period, they almost went extinct. They went from about 50 to 60 million to a little under 1,000 left in the wild. Some people did not like this. They wanted to bring them back from the brink of extinction. We have about 500,000 in the wild today, not including places like this or people's personal farms.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just going to continue on our tour here. got a bison joke for you folks. What did the father buffalo say to his son when he dropped him off at school? Yup, bison. Also, fun fact, the bison's scientific name is bison. If only they were all that simple, it would definitely make my studying go a lot quicker. Now, did anybody go on the cavern tour earlier today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, cool. If you look ahead where that white pavilion is, directly 75 feet below is the entrance to our cave. And all the way to your right, where the white barn is, that's where the exit of the cave is. Now on the cave tour, they talked about something called cave kisses. Cave kisses, again, is where a drop of water falls from the ceiling, and if it happens to land on you, it's supposed to mean good luck. Did we get some luck today? Well, I don't know how quite lucky that is, though, because our bison pasture is directly above our cave. No need to worry, folks. Our cave is primarily made out of limestone, and meaning it is a great filtration system. So 9 times out of 10, by the time that drop gets you, it's just going to be water. Except for that one time that it gets you, it's just going to be a little extra tangy. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Our next animal, we have to talk about them now, because since they're up here, we will not see them later on in our tour, and these are our longhorns. As the name suggests, they have extremely long horns, and quite honestly, they don't know what to do with them, except scratch their butts. They're really good at that. The males and the females do grow those really long, beautiful horns, just the females don't get quite as long as the males do. The longest we've had here for a male is about 6 feet from tip to tip. Now their horns are made out of keratin, which is the same thing as your fingernails and hair. And yes, they are horns, so they're going to stick with them throughout their entire lifetime. They are never going to drop them. That's the difference between horns and antlers. Horns stay, antlers drop and regrow back. You can see some of the calves, if you zoom in on their heads, their horns are just sticking out, and then they grow straight outwards. Once they reach about 3 to 5 years old, they grow through that the horns start slowing down, and then they slowly start taking shape. You can see some of the different shapes that they could eventually become. The reason why there's such a wide range of color and patterns between all of them is because they're a mixture of 2 different species. They're a mixture of the Spanish black cattle and the Indian red cattle. So Christopher Columbus brought these guys over during his second expedition, and he brought them over for their fat. He wanted their fat to be used for oil lamps, cooking, and other stuff like that. But as it turns out, these guys are extremely lean. 5 longhorn burgers is equivalent to 1 regular burger in fat content. So unfortunately, they were kind of left to their own devices and almost went extinct. But some families down in Texas thought that these guys are really cool and wanted to keep them around. That's why they're commonly referred to as the Texas Longhorns. Alright, everybody get a good view? Thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you. We're gonna
We have some of those in
continue.
Hamburg, so we have some of those in
Left in the
Hamburg.
white picket fence pasture, you'll notice we have some Mustangs and some Burros. We have 3 dark-colored Mustangs named Cash, Alish, and Storm, and then 4 light-colored Mustangs named Sassy, Savannah, Elsa, and the General. And then our 2 Burros are named Festus and Doc. Everybody is adopted through a government program appropriately called Adopt a Burro and Adopt a Mustang. I guess we will be seeing them later on.
Bruh.
To your right, you'll get a beautiful view of Lake Nittany. It has that really pretty bluish-greenish color to it, and this is due to all the minerals coming out of our cave. We got some elk coming up on your right, but it's only just a couple of them. We'll still go inside the enclosure and talk about them, but there's at least 2 females up top here.
Oh, wow.
Now, Penn's Cave started off as a farm, and it is still a farm today. Some of the crops that we grow here are corn, hay, alfalfa, oats, sunflowers, and soybeans. We do grow these crops for our animals to eat, and any surplus we have, we do sell to local feed stores. As I just mentioned, we do grow sunflowers here, and we do give our ruminant animals the sunflower seeds to eat. Sunflower seeds contain a natural healthy oil, which is really good for the animal's skin and fur. Another thing that we do here is something called crop rotation. Crop rotation is where you take one crop and plant it in one area for the year, and the next year you'll plant a different crop in that same area. This will help replenish all the nutrients throughout the soil so we can grow the best crops that we can. Now we are on our way to see some more ruminant animals. A ruminant animal just means it has one stomach with multiple chambers in it. When that animal is out in the wild, they'll be eating food, doing their thing, and if they sense danger, they will run away. Once they find someplace where they feel safe again, they will regurgitate some of that food back up and chew and chomp on it. They do this a few times to get all the minerals and nutrients out of its food source. Now I know that sounds very gross and unappetizing to us. Blech. but actually is very beneficial to the animals. I'm just really glad that we don't have to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, we're not going to see any velocity or raptor deer today because they're really good at camouflage, but we are going to see some white-tailed deer. Some of you might be really used to seeing the white-tailed deer. That is a-okay. I also see plenty in my own backyard, but we do have some unique ones here. Speaking of unique deer, there is one with a lot of extra white on her. I think actually both of them are there. And these guys are known as piebalds. This is just a recessive trait, which means it only gets passed down sometimes. Wonder, the mother, the fully white-faced deer, she had a set of twins 2 years ago. Her daughter Marshmallow, as you can see, it looks a lot like her, and her twin looks like a typical white-tailed deer. So that's what I mean, it only gets passed down sometimes. You guys are good to stand up and move around if you'd like. So, these guys are not part albino. For any animal to be albino, they have to have red eyes, a pink nose, and be 100% white. A piebald can be anywhere from 5% white all the way up to 98% white and anywhere in between. Now, you can find these guys out in the wild. It's just pretty rare to find out in the wild. As you can see, all that white makes them stand out pretty easily, so they tend to get taken out and eaten by predators pretty early on in life before they can have offspring of their own. Male deer are called bucks, females are called does, and their offsprings are called fawns. All fawns, when they are first born, have little white spots on their side. This is because when they lay in the tall grass, those spots end up looking like light coming down through the trees. So it's done to help hide themselves from predators. Also, for up to 5 days after birth, they have absolutely no scent to them. This again done to help hide themselves from predators. So these first two enclosures to your right are our breeding enclosures, or as I like to call them, the honeymoon suites. This is where a majority of the fawns are first born. We had about 15 total this year born. And once they do get bigger, older, and stronger like they are now, they'll have access to all 3 enclosures, which they'll share with the rest of the deer. And our next animal, the Rocky Mountain elk. We got a little baby. I mean, she's not quite a baby anymore, but she's still little. Look at her. Oh. We are going to go inside this third enclosure here. Oh, and there she goes. And again, please keep everything inside the bus at all times, especially as we go through the gate. Thank you.
It's a long, Rocky Mountain. Now, male elk are called bulls, females are called cows, and their offsprings are called calves. Calves also have little white spots on their side, again done to help hide themselves from predators. Now, male elk and male deer both grow antlers. Their antlers are made out of skin, blood vessel, and cartilage. They start growing in the springtime, and then they grow all summer long. At the end of summer, their antlers ossify or turn to bone, and then they're going to rub all that fuzzy velvet off. They use their antlers to battle each other for mating rights. The biggest, most dominant male will win. The elk's breeding season is in October time, and the deer's breeding season is in November time. They drop their antlers late winter, early spring. Now, you'll notice some of the bases of the tree, a lot of the bark is missing. This is due to the elk and deer rubbing their antlers on the tree to get all that fuzzy velvet off.
Also, when they're ready to drop their antlers, so start rubbing them on the tree. They don't always lose both of them at the same time. Sometimes they only end up losing one of them, and then they end up looking like Elliot the deer from open season for a little bit until they can drop the other. Okay, this is about as close as I can get, but there is 2 males in here. I don't know exactly what they're doing right now. They were just standing next to each other chilling, and their antlers are kind of locked together, and I don't know what they're doing. I'm having a bath though right now. Don't give me that look, buddy. No, that used to be an old trout hatchery. We don't use it for that anymore. So like I said, I just call it their giant bathtub. Now their antlers are locked again. Okay, do it again, so you guys can hear them when they smack against each other.
That's where we just were.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, I thought that we were up there. I was like, I feel like that's the same place.
Yeah, it is. Jeez, what a mess.
What?
I said, what a mess. Look what they did.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about him now because if we don't talk about him now, we might not see him easily later on. So just follow along the fencing where the shade is, and you'll see kind of a brown shape halfway there. That is Ranger, or as I like to call him, Ranger Danger, and he's a bighorn sheep. Males are called rams, females are called ewes, which is spelled E-W-E, and their offsprings are called lambs. Now the males use those horns to battle each other for mating rights. What they'll do is they'll back on up, charge each other at about 20 miles per hour, and headbutt each other. This sometimes sounds like a gunshot going off, and the sound can be heard up to 2 miles away. Don't worry though, their brains are protected. Within their skulls are 2 plates. Within the 2 plates is an air pocket. Now it is actually possible for those horns to actually grow into their faces, so to help prevent this out in the wild, what they'll do is they'll find a big old rock and they will chisel away or completely break off the tips of their horns. Now Ranger is okay though because his horns do grow away from his face. The reason why he can live in such a low altitude with such high humidity is because he's a mixture of 4 different species. He's a mixture of an Asian Argali, a European Mufflin, an Alaskan Doll, and a Rocky Mountain Bighorn. Alright, we're going to continue.
We're going off-road.
As you can see, we're real close to nature here, folks. Please do not reach out and pet the trees, and do not try to take any leaves home. Thank you. This road that we just entered on is known as Stagecoach Road. Way back before automobiles were invented, folks used to take the train out to Spring Mills, Pennsylvania, hop on a stagecoach, travel down this road exactly like we are, and then eventually end up at the Penn State Hotel, where they'd spend spend the night, and then be on their merry way the next day. To your left of this big old rock jutting out, this is limestone, and this is primarily what our cave is made out of. To your right across Lake Nittany, that dark looking corner, that's where the exit of the cave is. Continuing across Lake Nittany, you'll see some trees that are very strategically planted. This is known as stream bank fencing. All those trees are planted within PVC piping, which allows the roots to get nice and deep into the soil. All this is done to help prevent against bank erosion. Now there is some wildlife in and around Lake Nittany. There are some rainbow trout, which you might see while waiting at the boat dock for your cavern tour to begin. Up on top we got some Canada geese and some mallards like to swim around, fly around, and hang out with us year round. We also have some muskrats and some beavers that live in the area. We get to do with some beavers that live part-time in our cave. His name is Waldo Jr. And finally we have some great blue herons and the very occasional bald eagle who visits us. The bald eagles especially love to fish in our lake. You folks felt some bumps there, and also especially with the elk enclosure, and this is due to a cattle guard. A cattle guard has slats with spacings in between them, and on top of each slat is a rounded edge. Both animals don't like stepping on that rounded edge, and also their eyes are more on the sides of their head, making their depth perception not the greatest, so they can't jump over it easily. This allows us to have a much more open enclosure for our animals. Now to your left and to your right at the edge of the pasture, you'll notice what we have here is known as an edge habitat. An edge habitat is where two different habitats come together. In this instance, we have a forest and a grassland. This provides the best of both worlds for some animals, as it gives them the coverage of a forest but the openness of a grassland. Some animals that we see come out of the woods here are foxes, deer, Bigfoot, eagles, and turkeys. So keep your eyes peeled, folks. Here for a moment so you guys can enjoy the beautiful view. So this is our longhorn pasture. It's about 55 acres of land here. Now, they have access to this entire area. This is where they spend a majority of their time, but as they saw at the very beginning of our tour, they were at the White Barn. That is a place for them to get out of the weather if they choose to do so, and also it's where they get their food. They get something called chop, which is just a mixture of minerals, nutrients, pellets, and wheat, oats, and corn. So all that it gets mixed together for them, and that's where they get it once a day. Otherwise, they're grazing out in this field for the rest of the day. So as the cows would say, let's move on out of here. Our next animal already knows that we are on our way, and they can hear up to 2.4 miles away, and they can smell up to 1.7 miles away. These are our wolves. Now, we have some very important rules to go over before we see them. There is absolutely no howling and no barking whatsoever. We use the howl as an emergency signal, so if people were to do this all day, every day, they become desensitized to it, and then they want to come to us in an actual emergency. So if anybody does start howling or barking, unfortunately, I am required to drive right past them. Now we have 5 wolves total. We have 1 Arctic wolf named Zara, and then we have 4 gray wolves. 2 are black in color named Titus and Della, and 2 are tan in color named Reba and Nova.
A single wolf who works 2 jobs.
once I make this left-hand turn, the enclosure will be on your right. If anybody sees anything, please feel free to point it on out. They might look like a fuzzy log.
There's one up here, the Arctic wolf.
Person that spot the wolves for me.
All right.
Caught a bad gig.
Becca,
come here! Go get your treat!
Yeah, there's one down there. Right off to the left.
Oh, there's like 4.
Bro.
Вот он, Рик. Белый, говорю, вот он, смотри, прямо тут.
Reba, Reba, come here! Della, come on! Just making up from their names.
I know. Trying to hunt.
Come here! Or just continue walking. That's, yeah, do as I say. Walk around. Show everybody what you look like. See, they listen so well. There are no rush.
That was rolling around.
Alrighty, so these guys live within a pack, and within a pack there is a hierarchy system. At the top of that hierarchy system is the alpha male and alpha female. Below that, their second in command is going to be their beta. Below the beta is going to be the subordinates, which make up the majority of the pack. And then finally, at the bottom of the pack is going to be the omega. Now, the omega gets last choice and last say in pretty much everything. So sometimes they don't always like this, and then they'll go off on their own and start their own pack. Now, wolves and domesticated dogs are related to each other, but there's a lot of similarities between them, but I'm going to talk about the differences between them. When a wolf walks, their back paw falls in line with their front paw. This is to leave as little tracks as possible out in the wild. Your dogs at home are going to have a lot more willy-nilly walk because they're safe with you. Wolves also shed twice a year, while your dogs at home shed year-round. Any of y'all got dogs at home, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lastly, one of the biggest differences is going to be their bite force. A big dog like a German Shepherd is going to have a bite force of about 750 pounds per square inch, while a wolf's bite force is going to be 1,500 pounds per square inch. That can easily break your femur, and your femur is one of the strongest bones in the body. So I don't want to be rough out with these guys. What I can do is my dogs at home. Rabbits, raccoons, everything and anything. I like to call it snack time.
Whoa.
There's Ranger again to your guys' left.
Bruh. Just stairs, dude.
Alright.
Alright, we are on our way to see our foxes. We got about 5 foxes total. We have 2 red foxes, 2 silver foxes, and 1 gray fox. So it's going to be a fun game of I Spy for you guys. They're not going to be inside this first enclosure, they're going to be inside of the second enclosure. Normally I'd say be on the lookout for a fuzzy rock, but they're very active right now.
gosh, there he goes. There he goes. Bruh. Bruh.
Who knows who gives treats?
A red fox.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this dark one's Houdini. The other dark one is Sly here. That orange one in the middle is Zorro. And sitting out, they have darker fur and darker skin. So the opposite of albinoism, instead of being all white, these guys are all dark. The gray fox, I don't know. She likes to hide most of the tour, so we're probably not going to see her today, unfortunately. So foxes are omnivores, which means that they're going to eat their fruits and vegetables, but they're also going to eat meat. In the wild, they'll eat with whatever the little paw can get on, and sometimes this includes red meat. Unfortunately, red meat tends to upset their digestive system, causing them to get sick and not live as long. So here we just give them strictly white meats. That's the chicken dog treats that I'm giving them, so they can live long, happy, healthy lives here. Their favorite snacks are blueberries and strawberries. Now, foxes in the wild live to be about 5 years old, and in captivity, they can reach their early teens. All of our foxes are about 8 to 9 years old. Now, a male fox is called a tod, a female is called a vixen, and their offsprings are called kits or pups. They can have about 3 to 5 per litter once a year. Now, does anybody have any questions about our foxes? Oh, boys, I got no more.
Bruh.
I have a question, but it's not a clear question.
Okay.
Is there a species of its own, like is it a cross between a dog or...
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Are you asking, is it half dog, half cat, or is it a dog, or is it a cat?
Yeah,
What do you guys think? Who thinks it's a dog? Yay, nay? Cat? Yay, nay?
Closer to a cat?
Both?
Closer to a dog. Closer to a kid.
They are technically a canine. They are part of the dog family. So, I know they do have a lot of cat-like features. I get the confusion. Yeah.
They also jump super high. Like, when one comes in our backyard and jumps over our fence, which is 6 feet
Yep,
high.
yep, they'll do that. Yes, they do, and it's very soft. So yes, these guys are more closely related to a dog. Here's one to really throw you off. A hyena is more closely related to a cat than a dog.
Really?
I used to know exactly why, but I kind of lost the information, but I wanted to learn it because it's very interesting. Welcome to the animal kingdom, where stuff doesn't always make sense.
Will they let you come up and pet them?
No. I'm not sad about it. I don't cry about it.
With the wolves, how do they take care of them? And like,
The wolves we can go in. We can go in with both of these guys. Just these guys could care less about people unless you have food. As you can see, they disappeared as soon as I stopped giving them food. The wolves, they'll come up and say hi, and then they're like, okay, we're done with you. But like some of them like more people than others, and like we can like pet them. Like Zara, she loves our belly being rubbed. When I saw her go on her back, I wanted to go in there and just rub her belly so bad. But you know,
So
I was on tour, so I couldn't.
They're very close to dogs.
Yes, all these two are definitely.
No, I mean wolves are very, very close.
Yes, wolves are, even like the Dachshund, the Chihuahua, the Labradoodle, all of those dogs, all the pets that we got are descended from wolves. Just why ours look so different compared to a wolf, not excluding like Huskies and Malamutes and stuff, is through genetics, and like we wanted certain things for certain breeds. So that's why like Chihuahuas are a guard dog, and then like the Huskies are more of like a sled dog, and that's why they're more closely related to the wolves because they do better in the cold compared to like a Chihuahua. Bunch of different things. I could literally go on for like half an hour, so I'm gonna go on the bus.
And please continue because it's very.
Our last couple animals are going to be up on this hill to your right here, so we're just going to go back the way we came, do another loop, and then drive on up the hill. As we drive up the hill, we will be transitioning from gravel to pavement, and there will be a very slight bump. As we get to the top of the hill, there is an unmanned airport. Due to federal aviation law, it is required that you folks do have to stay with me at all times. So please, nobody wander off as we walk to our next two enclosures. We are going to see bobcats and mountain lions. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So cool. There he is.
Here's Ranger, nice up close view of him. Ranger, stay. Okay, bye.
Ran up the hill.
Yeah, be right.
I think I can. I think I can. Look how windy. I can't believe we're going to see a mountain lion.
I'm so excited.
What was a mountain lion and what else? A puma? A cougar? A raccoon? A rabid raccoon. They should just keep one around.
Alrighty, folks, please come follow me this way. Also, please stay on the paved path the entire time. Please do not kick or play with the rocks, and do not walk on the rocks. Also, the rocks live here. Please don't take any rocks home. Thank you. Good cat. There you are.
You won't. Oh, Bobcat.
Alrighty, this is Kit or Kit Kat or Bobcat. Bobcats are named for their short bob's tail, which she's showing off pretty well right now. These guys do get commonly mistaken for their northern cousin, the lynx. Lynx is going to be slightly larger, fluffier, bigger paws, and longer ear tufts. Now these guys have a form of camouflage called counter shading. That dark speckled back is going to blend in with the forest floor, and that light-colored stomach is going to look like light coming down through the trees. Now these guys aren't that fast. They're more of an ambush predator. They'll typically go after like rabbits, groundhogs, squirrels, stuff like that. Small but mighty, they can take down a smaller injured white-tailed deer completely by themselves. These guys are also incredible climbers. As you can see, the top of the enclosure is also enclosed. Otherwise, her especially, she would have been out of here in a heartbeat. Friend shaped, not friend. If folks are ever out in the woods and you hear a woman screaming or a baby wailing, it's most likely one of these guys. They have a very, very humanistic scream. She's about 21 years old, which is very, very old for a bobcat. That's towards the end of their lifespan. Honestly, I feel like she's got a couple more years of pure spite left in her at this point.
We're going to see the mountain lion now.
This is known as a rest stop, pit stop for the monarch butterfly on their long migration from Mexico to Canada or Canada to Mexico. We will mainly see them July through September. In front of the next enclosure is going to be a giant log. Please do not put any children on that log. And there's also going to be a giant glass window. Please do not touch the glass. Thank you.
They're also known as their other names.
Yeah, they have about 40 different common names. Some of the most common ones I hear are mountain lion, Nittany lion, panther, puma, cougar, and catamount. Yeah, like down in Florida, Florida panthers, down in Texas, Texas pumas, out west, more cougars. A catamount, I think, is more of a southern thing. Here for central PA, not too many locals I hear call them Nittany lions. Mostly they're talking about the students at that point.
Right.
So they can sprint at about 50 miles per hour, and they go after one of the fastest land mammals in North America, which is the American pronghorn. They can also jump about 8 to 10 feet straight up in the air and about 10 plus feet lengthwise. Alright, any questions about our mountain lions?
Did you say they jump scared you like when you've been here? They come up
Oh yeah. They run at the glass while I'm down here. They have stalked me from the corner there and then jumped up at the last second when I was.
The other one's freaked out.
They will.
To your right, you'll see that building with the red plane on it. That's that unmanned airport I mentioned earlier. An unmanned airport just means it doesn't have any maintenance or any fuel. So if a plane were to touch down needing either of those, they unfortunately would be stuck here with me forever. I mean, we gotta feed our mountain lions something. In all honesty though, that airport is mainly used for 1- or 2-seater planes to practice taking off and touching down. the eastern bluebird. Unfortunately, the eastern bluebird is declining due to... I just want to thank you all so much for coming today. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time with y'all. And if anybody has any additional questions for me, I'll happily answer them at the bottom of the stairs. I hope everybody has safe travels today, whether you're going home after this or wherever the next destination is after here. Please make sure you have all your personal items, and yes, you do gotta take your group mates and your children home with you.
She's gonna leave me.
She said I have to take you.
Alrighty, folks.
Oh, that was an amazing wildlife tour, wasn't it?
Fun, yeah.
What was your favorite animal?
I like the mountain lion. No. What was the other one called? The bobcat.
The bobcat?
I
Really?
like the bobcat. Yeah.
I was so sad when they're like, yeah, the bobcat's gonna die in a couple years, because this is like the max age that it is. The mountain lion was cool just because I've never seen a mountain lion before.
Yeah.
I think the water's working now.
So cute.
Yeah, it is. Wow. That was so worth it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be, it was so worth it.
It was so worth it.
There's so many animals here.
Yeah.
Still no beaver though. Rats. All right, we're just gonna check out the gift shop, get our purchases, and then we are done.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. This one is definitely in second place, having looked at all of them, but this one is just so cool that I can't not get it. Oh, I love it. And for the price, it's not bad. It's $7. This is like huge though. What are you getting?
A sweatshirt.
Oh, the one you were looking at before?
Yeah, look how cool it is.
It looks really great.
I like it.
How much is it?
It's only $24.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad for a sweatshirt, no.
So I got my magnet, and they had this bag for $2.99, and I said, why the heck not?
It's so nice.
Listen, you can always use a bag.
Wait, it's different on the other side.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got animals.
Bruh. Yo, look at that teeth, dude. You got like chimpanzee teeth over there. Wow, this is everything that we saw.
Yeah.
Ooh, foxes. Oh, you really like the foxes. What's up?
I forgot about the foxes.
Oh, no bear.
I forgot about the foxes. I changed my mind. They were all my favorite. I can't pick.
All right, now we're getting down to brass tacks. Would you come here? Is it worth it?
Absolutely. 100%.
Agree.
It's totally worth it.
It exceeded my expectations.
I
I remember
absolutely
looking
agree.
a couple years ago and thinking, man, that's expensive. But it's not. If you get the combo, it's completely
if you
worth
do
it.
the
The combo
package-
saved us.
Absolutely. If you do the package that is everything, 100% worth it. What?
I was just like peeking in as you were speaking. Yeah, 100%. Because like the wildlife tour, $25 for an adult. The cave tour, $25 for an adult. And then the maze was like $6.
Yeah.
But if you get it all, it's $47.
43.
Even better.
Yeah.
That's a lower number.
Yeah.
So 100% worth coming here. I would very highly recommend trying to get tickets online and try and do it a couple weeks in advance. That's what I had to do because I tried to get them way back when we were going out this way to the Flight 93 Memorial.
Yes.
And they were booked solid.
Booked, yeah.
So see if you can get on because there's only so many seats on the boats. But, man, it was a great day.
It was so worth it. It was so fun.
10 out of 10 day.
I loved it.
I loved it. And you.
I love you.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll have to see where we're at next time. Bye.